Hello, I'm back. Celeste Mumford, Creative Director and founder of Lexi LLC, where I create holistic handmade products for hair, face, and body. The premise and the mission of my business is to create real food for healthy skin and hair and uncommon beauty. So a little bit about me. If you're interested in learning more about my company or seeing our products, you can find us at www.jlexillc.com. That's JLEXILLC.com. Okay, enough of a commercial, so I'm back. I've already done the step one, my version of the cherry caramel, the cherry Lola caramel treatment. Sorry for that. And I've already done my Hungarian Moor wash. So my foundation is based on the max hydration method. So I'm on to now the deep conditioner. So I rinsed out my hair. I rinsed the clay out. The clay rinsed out very easily. I have no clay left in my hair. My scalp is clean, etc. But I didn't show you this, so I wanted to show you this. This is my ionized acid water. It's better known as beauty water. And if you look closely, you can see all these little bubbles, and it oxidates. So inside your body, you want an antioxidant. But for your hair, for your skin, you want more of a cleanser, which is found in ionized acid water. So this oxidates. Okay, so a little bit about that. This is what I do with the final rinse when doing my hair, except for after the clay rinse. After I rinse that out, I use my hair rinse or hair water or hair tea. So I make this, I also sell it in a tea. It's garden vegetable rinse. So it has great things to nourish and strengthen and provide health to your hair. Watercress. It has carrots. It has cucumbers in it. It has spinach. It has a lot of great things. So I take about 2 ounces with this. This is highly concentrated. Of course, it's made with ionized acid water. I take about 2 ounces of this. I add 1 ounce or 2 of more ionized acid water to thin this out, and I pour it on my hair. I let it sit, and as you can see, like I just did it, and my hair is not dripping. It actually is penetrating my hair, which I absolutely love. So, hair water. Okay, so now doing the max hydration method, I've tried a couple of the conditioners that I've seen other people do. You know, I'm new to it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what I like. But I'm a maker, so I make stuff. I have got to boast about this. It's my product. This is my video, and I can boast about my product if I want to. This bamboo and Diatomaceous earth silica deep conditioner is awesome. I've decided not to do step 2 of the max hydration method because in my mind, doing a deep conditioner overnight to nourish and feed your hair and then putting clay on top of it, which detoxify and extracts, and then putting more conditioner on kind of didn't resonate with me. And after doing it for some times, you know, I did the max hydration method, all of the 5 steps. I did each of the 5 steps daily for 35 days. And while it did hydrate the back of my hair, it really didn't do too much for the grays. So after 35 days of the daily regimen, my grays were not hydrated at all. So not at all, but very little. So what I decided to do is to kind of modify what I was doing with the goal of hydrating gray hair, nourishing my hair, growing my hair. So I decided that this bamboo and Diatomaceous earth silica is such an awesome product. I decided to forego the deep conditioner overnight and just use this as my leave-in conditioner. Just a little bit about this. This has ionized acid water. It has a generous supply of diatomaceous earth. It has bamboo leaves. It has panthenol. It has Jamaican castor oil. It has beet sugar extract. It has amala fruit, horsetail, moringa. It has marshmallow root. It has zinc PCA. It's an awesome lineup of ingredients. Awesome, awesome. So enough about that, but this is what I have chosen to use, and so far out of the leave-in conditioners, a watered down version of this has done the best with my hair. And I'm not just saying that because it's my product, but I see the most benefit from using this over any other product. So enough about that. So here's my conditioner. I watered it down, so it's very thin, and it's so concentrated to begin with that you really only need a little. So bamboo diatomaceous earth, watered down with, of course, strong ionized acid water. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I've done with the other steps. I'm going to apply, like I said, it's very thin and watery, right? I'm going to rub it, I'm going to comb it through. This, look how just, this provides such an awesome slip. Look how my hand is just going through this conditioner. This is nourishing. This has great ingredients. This is, I think, really, really good. So rub it in, rub it into my scalp. I'm going to comb it through. All right. You know, I don't do really small parts because my hair is more on the thin side. I have less hair per square inch than, so I don't need a whole lot, and I can part thinner parts as long as you just make sure you comb it through and that you saturate all of your hair. Right, so I'm kind of, to make sure I get the ends with a very big focus on the gray hair, right? Because that's what I am most concerned about. The max hydration method for non-gray hair did a pretty good job, but for girls like me who have at least 30% gray, the grays should be the focus and the target, not what's easy. We have to focus on what's more difficult and what's more challenging. Look how, just applying this conditioner, look how it is helping my grays to just come in line. So that's why I'm talking so much about this conditioner, because, you know, for my hair, it's really working. It's really doing what it's supposed to do. It's really helping to hydrate. Look how easy it is to comb through. And I'm going to show you now, this is not my roughest part. This is not the roughest part of my hair. So that's in the back, but I'll show you that. All right. If anybody can look at my hair and tell me what type it is for A, B, or C, please let me know. Or tell me how I can, where I can look online to kind of look at my curl pattern and determine. So, all right, combing this all through. Look how easy it is just to glide my fingers through it. I love it. So once again, I'm using a watered down version of my bamboo diatomaceous earth conditioner. It is a silica rinse deep conditioner. So even as a leave-in conditioner, it is a deep conditioner. So I'm going to say it's a deep conditioning leave-in conditioner. A deep leave-in conditioner. How about that? Comb it through. Still massaging because, you know, you still want to get all this good stuff. And this conditioner has lots of good stuff. You want to get it on your scalp, not just on your hair, because we all know pretty much the hair is dead. It is the scalp that you want healthy. It's the scalp that you want conditioned, because the hair comes out of the scalp and you want it to come out of the scalp in good condition and remain. So this is the rougher part of my hair. But see, even this, my fingers just comb through it. Just comb through it so easily. And with the other conditioner that I tried, which is a popular one with naturals, I couldn't comb through my hair as much. And my hair seemed to be a little harder. So in the back, because it's more hydrated, not really going to focus on it. too much. I am making sure it's combed through, right? So you see that that's combed through. Oh, I love back here. Combed through. Okay. Whew, it's hot in here. Okay, so here's the leave-in conditioner. I didn't apply too much, but I did make sure I applied enough because I wanted each and every strand of my hair coated. I combed through it. This is what I'm looking for. Curl or coil definition for my gray hair. That is my focus. Like I said, most of the videos that I've seen were with women whose hair was not like mine. Most of the videos I've seen were of women who had already longer, thick hair. I didn't see any videos, like I said, not that they're not out there, but I didn't see any videos with women with gray hair or hair that didn't just grow a lot like mine. So I applied the leave-in conditioner. Now my next step, which I consider all the same step. I consider it a step because I'm not rinsing anything out. The next thing is lanolin, pure lanolin, 100% lanolin. And I don't know if many people who do the max hydration method knows about lanolin. Pinke Cube did mention it, and she highly recommended using lanolin because it has the same sebum as human skin. So that means it won't make your hair greasy. It will agree with your hair. It will work with your hair. Lanolin, while very thick, locks in hydration. So for those of us who are looking for hydration, which that's what we're doing this method, this regimen for hydration, I highly recommend trying lanolin. Now, because it's so thick, look how thick this is. Very thick. Because it's so thick, you only need a tiny bit. And I want you to see, I'm going to go back to the conditioner and just let you know the slip and the slide and the glide of the conditioner in my hair makes this lanolin so much easier to apply. So you see my hair with just the leave-in conditioner. You see that it has more pattern than it did before I put the conditioner on, right? So there's that. Once again, parting, my hair is still very easy to glide my fingers through. I take very little, right? So this is how much. That might even be too much. This is how much I'm applying to this hair. You can hardly see it. I rub it, rub it, rub it to thin it out. Rub it, rub it, rub it. My hands are only wet because I'm touching my hair, but my hands were dry. Rub it, rub it, rub it. And I'm combing it down. And I'm making sure I'm even getting the hairs on the end. I'm combing it down, right? I'm rubbing it. And I'm combing it. And you can see how it's even starting to lock in the hydration and get the coil pattern, right? Again, this is all that I'm using. It has some little bit of hair in it. So this is all that I'm using. Rubbing it to make it a thinner consistency, but look how it just glides on my hair. And I make sure I get the ends. So the pattern that I do with my fingers is the same no matter what the step is. I am sweating, sweating, sweating. All right, so see, there you go. Another section. Now this is a bigger section, so of course I will need more. But it's still not a lot. It's like very little. And I'm pretty sure some of the success I'm having with the lanolin is because of the leave-in conditioner. So look, with lanolin, even though this is thick, I can still comb through my hair. My fingers still easily slip through and glide through my hair, right? Let's go to the other side now. A little bit. Rub, rub, rub. Oh, big hair clump. Let's take that out. Rub, rub, rub. Down the hair. Down. I make sure I get here. Down. Rub. Like I said, I believe the rubbing from the scalp to the ends help with the curl definition as well. So look how this is after putting the lanolin on the conditioner. Much better than it was before, right? Excuse me. Okay, so part again. Rub, combing through as I do, rubbing my scalp. Right? Making sure all the hair is penetrated. And if you look on this side, the curl definition is getting tighter, right? Which is what we're going for. Part more. Bigger part requires a little bit more. Rub, 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 thinning it out, smoothing it out, gliding down my hair. Gliding, gliding, gliding. Right? So with this process, I truly believe in nourishing hair. It's not just about hydration. Hydrated hair leads to healthy hair. But I like to feed my hair. That's the premise of my business. That's what I do, create real food for healthy skin and hair. So, which is why I take the extra effort to make my products real food. Okay, so front is done. Rub that in some more. You see how the curl definition has already started. Okay, now this part starts my rougher part. So while I don't put a whole lot more, I do put more. Rub, rub, rub. Rub, 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 rub. Right? I incorporate what was already done into what I'm doing. Rub it in. Right. Rub it in. Whew, I'm hot. Okay, get some more for the next level. That's it. Make sure I coat the ends. You ever wonder why you don't have air conditioning? I don't have central air, so therefore I don't have air conditioning in my bathroom. And I want the door shut, and if I put a fan in here, the fan will make noise, which will interrupt the video. So unfortunately, you just have to see me sweat. Right? Put in the clay. I mean, not the clay, the lanolin. And look, I mean, I do have some breakage, but it's very minimal breakage. And part of it is because of the slip. Everything that I've done with my hair, from the pre-wash, or step 1, to the clay, which is my step 2, nourishing ingredients that promote health, which minimizes breakage, right? Come back up here, do this a little bit. I need a second. Okay. Almost done. Melting, melting. Now what you will see, the lanolin, I'm trying to look in the mirror too. The lanolin traps in the water, or in my case, the conditioner. It traps it. It locks it in, which promotes ultra hydration. I didn't know, people say that the gel part of this also locks in hydration. I find that I don't need the gel when I do this, so I don't do gel. I stop at the lanolin, and that is it. All right. on my scalp. Now people think lanolin is too thick and that certain hair types, 4B, 4C, can't use it. I want us to get out of the mind frame of what we cannot do and focus on what we can do. Of course, thicker hair can use this, but it's all about putting on the right ingredients. When the thicker your hair is, the more slip you need to apply this effortlessly and easily. So I've applied it. So what I do is start from the back and I comb it down. Start from the back, comb it down. Comb it down. Now this is where in most cases I try to style my hair, what a little style I can do. Right, so I try to put this side down. Right, so now my hair is soaking wet. I want it to dry with this part more up. Here's the back. Oh, I love the back. This just feels totally different. But you see, this is my rough part, which when I was doing the max hydration method, right in here, nothing happened. It was just, it might have, I'm sure it would have coiled over time, but after 35 days, I'm like, okay, it's not gonna work there. And my grays. So my hair is wet. You will see possibly, especially if your hair is thicker, you might see a white film on your hair. Lanolin is not considered an oil. It has esters in it. It's considered more of a wax. So we know water and oil and water and wax don't really mix. So you will see a film. But look at my coils coming. Even on the side coming. You will see a film, but that film will go away when your hair dries. So this is my hair. After completing all 4 of my steps, finishing with lanolin, I'm gonna hopefully leave this alone. Sometimes, like right in here is still not as hydrated as I want, so I do go back and put a little more lanolin here, hoping to get a more defined curl. But overall, I probably used less than a half a teaspoon of lanolin. Less than a half a teaspoon to do my whole head. But of course, that's contingent upon the thick and the length of your hair. Rub it, put a little bit on, rub it between your fingers, and it should glide down. And as it dries, you'll see a fantastic hair. You'll see fantastic hair that I'm hoping, love. So here's my hair wet. Once again, show you the whole thing, the top, the back.